When we talk about sustainability challenges, the biggest of them all is, of course, the emissions, the pollutions. Transportation sector, particularly the road transportation sector, contributes around 24% of 1/4 of global emissions from fuel combustion. And this is a big problem. Of course, there are ways to mitigate these challenges, which is, of course, electrifying, going towards hydrogen. But again, that has a place, and in certain cases, we might need to look for a newer mobility modality. If we see for, let's say, different modes of mobility, we are seeing, of course, micro mobility. So we have things like bikes and e-scooters and so on. But if you look at the major emission sources, we have cars, we have motorbikes, and maybe some mass transit buses and so on. Of course, trains, if they're using diesel still in some part of the world, then they could also attribute a lot of emissions. But largely, we would consider cars and some sort of mass transport using diesel buses and so on as the major source of mobility for the world. The reasons why we feel that eVTOLs will be a major plus for sustainability, in the sense that, first of all, because they are eVTOLs, that they have electric powertrains, they do not have any emissions. And if your source of electricity is green, then they are absolutely zero emission throughout the operation. Also, because they are very fast, they can fly straight from point to point, and they can avoid any kind of urban congestion. Where does all of this brings us? Overall, we believe the market to grow at very high rate, which is the market size will reach 20 plus billion by 2030. We expect definitely around 5,000 or so aircrafts operating commercially by 2030, and much more in the next 5 years. So let's say around 15,000 aircrafts operating as commercial passenger flight options by 2035. What will it mean for everyone?